Hey everyone, Felix from Nintendo Life here, and today we're here to predict the last 7 courses in the Mario Kart Booster Course Pass Wave 6. But I'm not here to do it alone. I'm also joined by the wonderful Alex.
Hello. I may not be contributing anything too exciting. I'm still not too well right now.
Yes, Alex is unfortunately a bit under the weather, but you know who isn't under the weather? It's Sion.
Me, and I'm very thankful for it. I get sick very easily, but not today. I'm so sorry, Alex. I hope you feel better
I don't.
soon.
I'm usually pretty robust on that front, but you know.
Hey, it happens.
So after Wave 1 released, we did a video where we predicted what courses we want in. Not courses that we thought would made it in, just courses that we would really like to see. And some of the courses have made it in. We have Mushroom Gorge, we have DK Summit, and we also had an honorable mention, which was Waluigi Pinball. But there was also a bunch of tracks that haven't made it in yet. Wario Stadium, Woohoo Loop, Shy Guy Bazaar, S-Ship Fortress, and so on and so on. But what I've done, guys, I've made a document and then I've listed all the tracks in Mario Kart Tour that haven't made it in the DLC. Thus, we can look at those and then we can make an educated guess on what we think will make it in. And a really cool thing is that a lot of the tracks we predicted last time that haven't made it in yet are in Tour. So there's actually a pretty good chance that we'll see some of them. But Alex, what are some courses that you think for certain are making it in?
Oh, for certain? Oh, I really don't know. I mean, I think it's a very strong likelihood that we're going to get the tour tracks, so Piranha Plant Cove and Piranha Plant Pipeline. I think they're very likely, even though I don't really know them, but sadly, it just seems like the safe bet. I'd like to see Frappy Snowland come back.
Oh, yes.
I think that's reasonably likely, but not super likely. But the one that I think is an absolute dead cert is Rainbow Road from Mario Kart Wii.
Yes.
When each time it seems like we get 2 to 3 tour tracks from what I've seen, so that makes a whole lot of sense about those tour tracks. Because are there 4? Is that what I'm seeing here on your list, Felix? That there's 4 tracks from tour that haven't made it over right now?
So there's 2 city courses that haven't made it over, and there's 2 original tour tracks that haven't made it over. I personally think that the city courses they're going to make it in because we've had so many city courses and there's only 2 left, so that would be perfect as part of the 8 courses.
And that'll be a kind of a nice thing too, considering that Mario Kart Tour is kind of ending its life soon, isn't it, as well?
Yes.
Not soon enough.
Oh, Alex.
I heard it got a lot better.
Yeah, I was actually really surprised to see how many tracks Tour had, because I've not really been paying attention to Tour, and then...
Oh, it's got loads, yeah. I think that's why they decided to recycle them.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I think... I'm not sure we'll see a new track. Maybe we will. But I thought that for our prediction, we should just choose tracks that are already, have been in Tour, because there's a lot. We have from Super Mario Kart, we have from Mario Kart 64, Mario Kart Super Circuit, basically every Mario Kart is here with tracks that are on Tour, but are not yet in the Booster Course Pass.
I want a new one. I want Dr. Mario's Waiting Room.
Ooh, maybe we'll have to wait for Mario Kart 9.
That actually sounds like a real course.
I was joking, but now that I've said that out loud, I actually want that.
I mean, that does sound like one of those fun tracks where, like, you're super tiny in the room. Like, maybe everybody
yeah, those
eats,
are my
like,
favorite.
tiny mushrooms at the beginning of the track or something, and they shrink down, and then you're in this, like, reasonably sized waiting room.
Or they just provide no context like all the others.
I suppose that's true. That's a really good point.
Or Kamek's waiting room.
Oh, the writers are getting lazy here.
Just because Dr. Mario is not in the game and it's too obvious, they're more likely to go, P.T. Piranha's waiting room.
Well, I'd say, it's weird that we don't have Dr. Mario in the game yet. Maybe he'll be here, but we already know the characters. We have Diddy Kong, Funky Kong, Pauline, and Peachette are coming. Considering Diddy Kong and Funky Kong are coming to the game, I wouldn't be surprised if now is the time that we finally get DK's Jungle Parkway. That was one of my favorite tracks to race in Mario Kart 64. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, that feels like it's time.
That track, unfortunately, isn't in Tour already, which is a shame. I think maybe I would really like to see Dino Jungle. I don't know, it just reminds me of...
Yeah!
Maybe DK Mountain. That would be on... That's in Tour. And that's just a brilliant track. I loved racing on that on a Wii.
Well, I was thinking about the Dino Jungle is Like, I would love to see that too, because I love dinosaurs. Who doesn't love dinosaurs? I suppose every like 6-year-old basically is obsessed with them, or maybe younger. I don't know. But if we get that, then I feel like maybe we won't get DK's Jungle Parkway because it's too much jungle for one wave. I would love to be wrong, but do you think it's like we'd get? Do you think we're gonna get one jungle track or maybe two because we have the Donkey Kong crew this time?
I think they're all going to be jungle tracks.
Oh no. Pauline and Peachette are going to be like, what are we doing here?
I mean, we're already thinking that about Peachette, but...
True. Touche.
That Peachette is certainly an inclusion.
One of the inclusions of all time. So personally, I think that DK Mountain is going to make it in just because it's a really iconic track with that angry volcano, and it's really fun. I also really hope to see Sion, you wanted this track last time. It was Luigi's Mansion from DS.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's in tour, and I think that's a no-brainer because there's no Luigi-themed course in Mario Kart 8 yet. So it's just...
Wow, and that's why Luigi's so mad all the time.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
Luigi doesn't have his own track. Oh my gosh. That'd be a great way to wrap that, to just full circle that whole that story arc.
I'd also really like, I predicted this last time, and it's one of the courses that haven't made it in, but it's probably the one I want in the most, and it's Airship Fortress from DS.
Yeah, that's a classic.
I lit up with excitement when I saw that it was also in tour, because I actually didn't realize that until when I was making this document, so that just... There's a chance.
So this might be a bit of... I might be leading this in a different direction, but I noticed... So we have Splatoon characters in Mario Kart, and I know that there's a battle track. I think it's Urchin Underway or something like that.
Urchin Underpass. Good gravy.
Underpass. Well...
Good, we have an expert on the team.
Yeah. Whew, good thing.
Got something on the team.
Didn't want to get grilled. But I'm surprised we don't have a full-on just Splatoon.
Grilled squid.
I know, right? I'm glad you noticed, or you caught that. Thank you. glad you caught that. I don't know. I know, like we were saying before, there's always it seems to be 2 or 3 even tour tracks. Every wave seems to have one new track, and I know we could sit here all day and kind of guess about what that is, but I was thinking F-Zero, we have F-Zero 99, but there's already 2 full F-Zero tracks.
And they're so good.
Yeah, and so maybe it'd be nice to have just a real solid Splatoon track as the new one this time around.
I would love a Splatoon track. I think
that'd be great.
If it was proper DLC like they did with 8 on the Wii U, then there would be a Splatoon track. But since it's stuff from tour,
since this isn't proper DLC.
Yeah, it is DLC, but they're reusing tracks from tour, and I'm not saying that's bad. It's nice that we are getting some form of some way of preserving all these tracks, because when Mario Kart Tour isn't gonna always be around. I think they're already stopping after 4-5 years.
Yeah.
So it's just nice that we have some of these tracks in Mario Kart 8. I just wish that they did a bit more with them visually. But again, it's racing, so it's a lot of the new tracks in the DLC are really, really fun. And a track that would also be really, really fun to see in, it's DK Pass. It's actually one of the more... People don't really talk about this course a lot. It's a snow-themed course from Mario Kart DS.
Oh, okay.
I just really like this course. It's really fun to race on. It's these... mountain roads, and then you race down on this ski slope. It's great fun. I think a lot of the courses that I want in are mainly from the games I played as a kid, so Mario Kart DS, Mario Kart Wii.
Quelle surprise!
Yeah, so but what about you, Alex? What are some courses from this list of courses that are already in tour? What courses would you like to see make it in?
I'd really like to see Shy Guy Bazaar. I know I said it last time, but my opinion hasn't changed that much since then. It's really unique in the sense that there's no other course that really takes that sort of styling and that sort of culture. And I just think that that's super, super cool, and I'd like to see more of it. I'd like to see it in HD. I'd like to see it in proper HD, by which I mean Mario Kart 8 style and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC. You know what I mean? Not this booster course style where the trees look like plastic. I'm being rude, but I'm feeling a little bit grumpy today.
Yeah, it has such an original theme in a sense. I feel like there's not really any track like it. So if you want something to stand out, Shy Guy Bazaar is definitely something we should we should hope that makes it in. Another track that's also fairly unique, I feel, is Wario Shipyard. It has this thunderclouds, and then you race through this shipwreck, you race underwater. It's all very gloomy, and yeah, it's a really fun course and has some sick music.
Well, this track looks amazing.
Yeah.
I never played Mario Kart 7, so like a lot of these like just kind of went right over. Well, I did, but I guess just not enough. But so a lot of these went like right over my head, and yeah, this track looks amazing. It's so dark and gloomy. Yeah,
exactly. So
and that's kind of how I'm feeling about some of the tracks, is that, you know, you look at some of these that we could have, you know, there are a lot of like cool desert tracks and and a few different rainbow roads that we're still missing, but for the most part, it's, I don't know, maybe it's just that, how many courses are we going to have in Mario Kart 7 now? Is it going to be 70 or 80 courses or something like that in total?
did you say Mario Kart 7?
I think he did.
I did. I'm dying, guys.
Mario
I'm dying.
Kart 70.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Mario Kart 77, the sequel to F-Zero 99.
No, I destroyed the chat. No.
What's no?
Oh no, not again.
Oh yeah, that was fun, wasn't it?
Leave a comment if you were here for that. But yeah, I guess it's you know, like I still would like to see Rosalina's Ice World. I think that was one of the predictions I made in the first video. But also there are some other like courses that are, you know, similar enough to that. So I wouldn't feel, you know, like upset if we didn't get that in the end. I'm happy with a lot of the stuff that we have, but it's also cool, like Felix, you know, you're just teaching me about tracks that I didn't know that I wanted, you know? Like is Daisy Hills, is that a track that you wrote down here?
Yeah, I thought that was in the game, but that's because I played Mario Kart Tour just when it came out, so it was just so familiar to me. I don't know why I thought it was in the game. I kept looking like to see, isn't it in the game? Daisy Hills is a really has such a fun, happy.
It's so cute.
Happy theme to it.
Yeah.
Reminds me a bit of Amsterdam. Amsterdam something, Drift Raceway, I don't really know, but it gives me that vibe, and I think that's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, it's just like they went and took like a little tiny mountain village and they just made a track out of it. They said, hey, do you mind if we borrow your roads just for the day, please? Daisy Hills, though, that'd be cool. Even though we already have one Daisy track, so what if we get two in one wave? That's fine. The more Daisy, the better.
Elephant Daisy.
Okay, I take that back.
No.
Can I set people up for disappointment by coming up with a cool idea that I've just thought of?
Please.
Bowser's Castle from Super Circuit, all four of them as like one continuous big thing, like Rainbow Road 64, DK's Jungle Snowfield, down Wario's. My brain's blanking, but the one with Wario Wario's snowboarding Super Circuit. Course.
Wario Summit or something like
That's
that?
That's the one.
Is that what it's called?
Wario snowboarding circuit.
Mount Wario, sorry.
Mount Wario, that's it.
But you make a really good point, because as we see, there's a lot of SNES tracks, Super Circuit tracks, and they all have, you know, we have Mario Circuit 1, 2, 3, but there's 4 Bowser's Castles from GBA in Tour, so it would be a really nice way to get them all included. A Bowser's Castle, I feel like they could make another cool Bowser's Castle. So I didn't play a lot of Super Mario Kart for the SNES, but let's just list the tracks that are in Tour, and then you guys can say if there's any that would be really cool. We have Vanilla Lake 2, Mario Circuit 1 and 2, Donut Plains 1 and 2. We already have 3, so I doubt that we'll see either of the Donut Plains. We have Ghost Valley 1 and 2, Choco Island 1 and 2, and Bowser's Castle 3.
I mean, everybody loves chocolate, so the Choco Island, that could be a good contender.
Yeah, I could definitely see that happen. Maybe. I played it on DS and it wasn't like the most spectacular course, but Vanilla Lake? I actually don't know Vanilla Lake. I'm gonna look it up. Oh, Vanilla Lake is the track that you can get like a lap in like 7 seconds or something, because you can skip. You can hop over. There's like all these.
That doesn't narrow it down in Mario Kart. I've seen what some people can do.
It's actually a pretty boring track. You just race around a frozen lake. So I would actually not. That's the thing with a lot of the older SNES tracks. They're just a bit more, you know, simple. Where the newer tracks, they can do much more with them.
Yeah. I mean, they did some fun stuff with Donut Plains. on in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Mario Kart 8 Standard.
Yeah, I know.
Standard. It was really cool what they did, but
yes,
it was, you can only really do that so many times before you're just taking, hey, it's a SNES course, but we've I don't know, like Mario Circuit, we've gone up a bit. It's still a relatively basic course.
Oh, but they also sometimes do totally revamps like Cheese Land. They made that a really fun course, and that's also just a flat course.
That's true, yeah.
So
Cheese Land is great.
What I mean is that they'll probably not do it for this DLC, although it would be really cool.
No.
So I don't think there's any of the SNES courses that we would like to see in it.
Yeah.
But Mario 64, there's 4 courses left that are still in tour that haven't made it in. And Alex, I know you like Mario 64.
I do.
Are any of these worthy of an inclusion?
Frappy Snowland's pretty good.
Yeah.
Mario Raceway, I don't know. Koopa Troopa Beach is fine, but it's not that interesting. It could be interesting with a proper revamp, but I don't know. Luigi Raceway, dull, to be honest.
That's the first track, right? Is that Luigi's Raceway? Yeah.
I mean, the most interesting thing is the balloon that comes down, and sometimes you can get an item box, and it's always a blue shell, even if you're in first, and that's hilarious.
Really? Oh, that's really fun.
Now that I say that out loud, I'm not as confident in that fact.
Okay.
But I'm quietly confident that that's true.
All these Mario Kart 64 tracks that are left over, that are you said these are in tour, are just kind of. You're right, they are a little simple. I think Koopa Troopa Beach, I could see that coming over just because of I remember playing that one quite a bit in the game as well. Just for how different it is than anything else in that game. But I don't know. I don't know if all these or if these really have legs to stand kind of on their own.
I just want to plow into snowmen in Frappy Snowland.
Yeah, I want to see a good, nice 3D model of Mario Snowman. At least that's what they were in the DS version. It was a Mario Snowman.
Yeah, the big one. But then there were the little ones on the course that you drive into, and they went kapow. They were 2D.
Oh, they also in the DS one, at least. It's the same models they use in Frappe on DS. It's like the little one. It has a bucket and a nice smiley face.
It's a happy snowman, and it needs to have its body removed.
No. Okay, moving on. We have GBA courses. And GBA is not a Mario Kart I've played personally, but from the courses that they've brought over to the DLC, they've actually done quite a bit with them, which I think is really cool. They've done some really interesting stuff with Snowland and Boo Lake, and more recently Riverside Park, which was in Wave 4.
And Cheeseland.
Not Cheeseland, that was in base game, Alex.
But Cheeseland.
But yeah, if they do something interesting, we could have... I don't know. Have you guys played the game?
Yeah, a long time ago. It's fine. It was never my favorite Mario Kart. My brother was much more into it. But yeah, I was more of a 64 man, and then pretty much went straight to Double Dash.
Well, let's talk about Double Dash then.
Yeah.
Because again, Super Circuit falls into the same category as the SNES ones that, you know, the tracks can be made into something good, but the newer tracks are simply just more interesting. And Double Dash has 3 interesting courses. We have Mario Bridge, DK Mountain, and Dino Dino Jungle.
I demand they bring all 3 of them in this.
I was just about to
pack.
say that. I would love to see all 3 courses because we haven't had a lot of Double Dash representation in these waves. So maybe now is the time it makes it in. So Mario Kart DS, we also have 3 tracks there. Luigi's Mansion, DK Pass, and Airship Fortress. Likewise, I would love to see all 3 courses make it in. What about you, Sion? Do you want to see any of the DS tracks make it in?
Yeah, I mean, I think Luigi's Mansion still makes a lot of sense. Airship Fortress looks really cool. Honestly, like if we got any of those, I think I'd be happy. And yeah, I see what you mean too. I was looking back about GameCube tracks as well. Yeah, it seemed like we really. We only got 2 GameCube tracks over the course.
Yeah, Daisy, Cruise Ship, and I can't remember the other one.
Daisy Cruiser, yeah, and Waluigi Stadium, it looks like, just from the GameCube.
Yes. Yeah,
GameCube
for some reason I thought it was a Wii track, but that's just where I played it the most. So.
No. And that's the tough thing too, right? Is like, well, it's not tough, but it's cool that so many of these tracks have been remade over the course of their lives in different, different games and stuff. But yeah, DS seems like it's eating pretty good. For Mario Kart Tour, so I wouldn't, or from the booster course, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get at least one of these tracks now.
I want the DS Battle course. The one that's just a DS.
Hell,
I enjoyed that.
Whoa! I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
I loved playing on, just riding around on that classic gray DS. That was the times.
Next time we hang out, we really do got to play Mario Kart DS or Mario Kart 7. I know that we plan to do that this past time, but we'll make it happen next time.
Or I bring my Wii and we play Mario Kart Wii, and then we can play one of the two courses that I left in tour. It's Dry Ruins and Rainbow Road. Now, I think Rainbow Road has to make it in. It's so iconic. It's the Blue Shell Cup. Yeah, I can't see how this won't make it in. And Dry Ruins, which, well, we have another desert track already in 8s. I personally, well, it has some cool aspects like driving around the pyramids, and there's this sand pile that gets bigger and bigger. But otherwise, yeah, it's a desert track, all right.
Yeah, we've got a
only
lot
gotten-
of desert tracks. I wouldn't lose any sleep if we didn't get that one.
We've only gotten one Rainbow Road. It looks like just the 3DS one in Wave 3.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I could see us getting that. It'd be a nice way to kind of celebrate the final wave, because everybody loves Rainbow Road.
Yeah, like the last course in the last cup. That would be
Yeah.
chef kiss. Mario Kart 7 has a lot of courses still left in tour, so there's gonna end up being a lot left there, unfortunately. We have Daisy Hills, Cheap Lagoon, Shy Guy Bazaar, Mario Circuit, Wario Shipyard, Rosalina's Ice World, and Bowser's Castle. Now, we've already talked about these courses. There's a lot of great stuff. We have Daisy Hill, Shy Guy Bazaar, Wario Shipyard, and Rosalina's Ice World. But what about Bowser's Castle or Mario Circuit or Cheap Lagoon? What do you think, Alex?
I mean, I always think Cheap Lagoon is already in the game, but it's not. Because there's Cheap Beach as well.
Yeah, those are very
And
similar.
so I don't know. I don't think we need another cheap course personally.
But Alex, this one is underwater.
Yeah, and driving underwater's fine. It doesn't change much.
They made this course to show off, oh, you can now drive underwater. And then we all figured out, cool.
It's largely the same as driving above ground, except slightly different. Interesting when it's part of a course, but when it's like is it a whole course in Lagoon? I can't remember, or is it just most of it?
It's most of it. You go pretty quickly down, and then there's these clams that has item boxes inside, but you can also like shut while you trying to get it. So it's like, do I go for it? Do I not go for it?
That sounds like a Pikmin enemy.
Yeah, Mario Circuit. There's so many Mario Circuits.
There's so many bloody Mario circuits. We don't need any more, but I think unfortunately it's probably quite a likely one to include because it's Mario. Woohoo!
I mean, driving through the castle is pretty cool. There's this whole ramp going up, which is actually pretty similar of going down the castle in Airship Fortress. It's just the other way around. Otherwise...
Yeah, but Airship Fortress is like infinitely more unique.
Oh, I was just drawing a comparison. I would love Airship Fortress 100% more of the time than Mario Circuit. But now we've gone through all the courses. That was a long one because there's a lot of courses left. So let's make an educated guess on courses that the last 7 courses that are making it into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's always almost weird that we're almost at the end because it's been around for so long.
I reckon Rome, Avanti, and Madrid Drive are basically a dead cert.
Definitely. Yeah, I totally agree with that. So we already have 2 and then we have 5 left.
Yeah,
you could make the argument that the original tour tracks are going to make it in, but I personally actually don't think they're going to make it in just because we already have...
One, maybe, but yeah, there's better tracks elsewhere. Rainbow Road, Wii.
Yes.
Rainbow Road, Wii.
Ooh.
Rainbow Road, Wii. Say it, everyone.
Rainbow
We can't
Road.
do it in sync because of the lag
Rainbow
in Discord.
Road, Wii.
Oh, I'll just edit it.
Rainbow
Road,
Road,
Wii.
Wii.
Rainbow Road.
Okay.
I can't do this anymore.
Luigi's Mansion, I think, will make it in just because it's so... Again,
I mean, they're remaking Luigi's Mansion too. I'm not suggesting it's a tie-in, I'm just suggesting it makes sense.
Yeah, the same with... it's not the same, because there's no Airship Fortress game. I mean, maybe we'll get Mario 3, some remastered, but I don't think that's very likely. But I still would like to see the course in, and I think it's gonna happen, because it's just... Yeah, Alex, you agree with me.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think is the best Donkey Kong course that we can get? Because we have to get some type of Donkey Kong representation beyond the characters in this.
DK Mountain for certain. DK Pass, I don't know why it's called DK Pass. It's you just race around in this. It's nothing. I don't feel it's anything to do with DK. It's the same with the DK Summer. They just threw DK on there for some, we need a DK track. But DK Mountain actually feels like a Donkey Kong course. So I'll be willing to, shall we include it?
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
Either
one.
that or Diddy's Peanut Pantry.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my favorite course.
It's like the banana horde, but it's just a mountain of peanuts in a modern American kitchen pantry.
All right, guys, we only have one track left, and we've already used our slots very quickly, and we've picked no courses from Mario Kart 7. Which one of the 7 Mario Kart 7 courses would you like to be the last of the 7 courses in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Packs 6? Oh, I was so close! We should just be Wave 7.
Are we supposed to pick what we want or what we think is the best? It is gonna happen.
What do you think is gonna happen?
Shy Guy Bazaar.
I think that could happen as well.
I could see Shy Guy Bazaar or Wario Shipyard, but my heart says Daisy Hills because that track is very nice. It's very sweet. It's just so cozy.
The one I think is most likely is Daisy Hills. The one is
really?
next likely. is
But
probably
they've already got the Daisy in this pack.
That's a good point.
Daisy Sprint or whatever it is.
That's true. Actually, I'm changing my vote then. I think, as Alex, Shy Guy Bazaar is probably more likely. I would most like to see Wario Shipyard, but I just don't have a good feeling about it making it. I would love to be corrected wrong, though. So, I think we have a final list.
Oh, shoot,
I think we do. And you better make a note of this, everyone watching this, because you will see that we are bang on the money.
Yeah.
We got all this information from the Xbox leak. It's 100% legit. This is real. Okay? Now go to bed.
So, joining Daisy Circuit, we have the city course Rome Avanti. We have another city course, Madrid Drive, because they love putting in those city courses. Then we have Airship Fortress, Luigi's Mansion, both from the DS. Then we have DK Mountain from the GameCube. We have Shy Guy Bazaar from the 3DS. And lastly, we have Rainbow Road from the Wii. How are you guys feeling about it?
Very positive.
I was just really pleased to see so many of the courses that we originally predicted that haven't made it in yet are in tour, so they can still make it in. There's a much bigger chance than if it wasn't already in tour. What about you, Cian? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm kind of genuinely surprised to see that so few have made it over from our first predictions video. So I do think that this is our time to really redeem ourselves. Nintendo, you got to be. Of course, they listened to our first video and they jotted all those notes down and they said, well, like they considered it heavily. We know this because, well, we don't. I'm just making assumptions, but we'd like to think that they listened. So this is the time. This is the time when we get it 100% right.
I've got to say, I'm really surprised that they haven't included Dark Moon Caverns from Diddy Kong Racing.
Yeah,
it's the perfect time to do it now. Diddy Kong's back in the game.
That's right.
That would actually be like that course we don't know about. That would be a good shout.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's a legal fidgy-widginess to say the least, and it's not actually going to happen. But wow, would it be fun?
You know what was also fun? Making this list, guys. Thank you for joining me. I think we ended up with a splendid list that I feel very confident in, and it was nice to go over the tracks, a lot of the tracks that I hadn't thought about in many years. And yeah, there's just
it'll be exciting to see how few actually get in.
There's just so many good Mario Kart tracks, and it just makes me excited for the retro tracks in the next Mario Kart and see what they do with them. And if you're wondering, like, what's next with Mario Kart, in the future, we're going to have a chatting all about it. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on it. But anyway, if you like this video, don't forget to check out our website, nintendoloft.com, for all sorts of Nintendo-related content. And yeah, stay safe, play some of the retro tracks and see, I would really like to see this course after you've played it, because sometimes you need to play it before you make it. No, that's not how the saying goes. But yeah, that was all from us, and we'll see you in the next one. Felix from Nintendo Life, out.
Ba 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 ba.
Mario Kart.